There are a lot of great dungeon crawlers in the world.
And there are just as many great story games.
But none of them are quite like Lands of Evershade. In this video, we will give you a brief overview of how the game plays, then we'll get into the best things about this game.
And then we will figure out why this game might not be for you.
So, to start, this is a 3-hour per session game for 1 to 5 players, and it's medium weight.
And it's very Dungeons and Dragons-like. Let's figure it out.
There's a reason Yanis said D&D, because look, a player's handbook full of goodness where you can create your own custom character. Don't worry, you don't have to read all of this, you can have a pre-made one.
And next up, you choose a chapter. For example, you can go into the White Well. You open it up and will find a storybook there, which marks the beginning of your adventure. Yes, you will be playing these unlikely heroes that you built up, then read some paragraphs and make some tough choices, which will lead you to rolling some dice and then to encounters on these sheets, where you will move around the map, encounter some quest points or enemies, and that will zoom you in to battles. All of these sheets will have their own objectives and special rules, which will let you move on the board and interact with anything on top of it. During combat, you will be able to move around and play some cards. All of your custom characters will have their own hotbars with cards that you can use up in order to roll a bunch of dice, which will help you defeat the bad guys. These cards will let you shoot, bite, command, or even place some traps on the map. And choices you make during the story phase, whatever you do on the encounter sheet or during combat will be remembered. So be careful.
You can develop your character following a skill tree that you chose. Talking about development, you can also develop your camp that helps you during the rest. And talking about the rest, let's talk about the best parts of the game.
Let's talk about the 3 best things about the game. And for me, one of those things is tests. Rest's best tests.
Ah! A war game! I see it! Ah, it's gone now.
During the story phase or the combat phase, you will have some tests to do. For example, this card asks you to test Cha! Or you check your Cha on the player board. And it's 4 for charisma. You take dice and then roll them, and then see if you have fit the requirement of 8. I rolled 11, so good. But if not, you would get tokens to reroll. And even if you failed, the story still moves forward. You still get results. And, well, look at this guy.
This guy gets all the results.
Other players can support your rolls, and you can use these tokens and cards to influence the rolls. And even though if you fail the test, it still feels good, because, well, you move forward.
What's that? That's my third best thing. Third best thing for me are the characters, the character creation, the character development, everything connected with characters. When creating your character or upgrading your character, there are different paths you can take. When getting XP, you will unlock ways to proceed along your skill tree. And also,
you will get tons of items during these quests, which will give you keywords or special abilities.
And at the end of the session, you can easily save your character so it's ready to go on the next adventure next time.
And that's why UX is one of my favorite things about this game. Being able to save and get back to the table such a big board game makes it very, very convenient. Yanis already mentioned the double-layer character sheets and their save system, but also simple inserts like these that are super convenient, or how you store armor and items, and most importantly, how you just can set up these sheets and exchange them with ease, makes the game very, very convenient. Once you're done with the scenario, you place all the sheets back in the box. The same goes with the storybook. You close it down, and then you can open up the next one and continue wherever you left off. To sum it up, you have this epic story, adventure and fighting, and all of this in such a great package.
Not only is it a great package, but it creates a cohesive game experience. That's why it's my second best thing about this game.
You mentioned this.
I did mention this because this does not create a cohesive game experience. What that means? Let's go to the table and I'll explain. Most of the board games that have a story and some gameplay aspect have them divided into almost 2 separate games. And sometimes they kind of rip you out of the flow of the game. But in case of the Evershade, everything is seamless. You will start out by reading some paragraphs in the storybook, after which you will zoom out onto the encounter sheet, after which you will zoom in into the combat sheet, and all of that flows nicely. Why this creates such a seamless experience is because each of those sections don't take a lot of time to complete.
By the way, this is not included in the game.
And you don't actually need it, but just for the sake of this metaphor, that it doesn't take a lot of time, we're using this 30-second timer, which is included with some other games, but usually sold separately.
And this is a very good point where to tell you guys that these are actually deluxe pieces. If you get the regular game, then these all that now are acrylic will look similar to these profession tiles, which are not that bad as well. 2 years ago we played a prototype of this game, and what sold it to us, what made us eagerly wait for years to play the actual final result, was the choices in the game, and nothing has changed. All the paragraphs in the book will either lead you towards a test or a choice.
After which the game tells you to place this here, and then it remembers something? Oh boy.
And what I love about this storybook and those choices is that these choices are never black or white. You're just strolling through a city.
Young sir, would you mind giving a coin to a poor guy?
And now there's a choice. You could, but also that's also your last coin, so no?
Please, sir, I haven't eaten dice in a year.
Oh no, I don't care. It's a no. And then the game will remember that.
My family, kids.
And then, after the winter passes, you find out that that was actually your dad and he now died because of starvation. And, well, poor dad. You're never gonna meet him again.
Did that actually happen in the game?
No, but you get the gist of it, right?
And none of the situations we discussed would be good if not for the great writing. Except that one dad situation, that's not actually in the book. That would happen if we would write this. Bad. But it's not. It's good. The writing is not only good because it's fun, and it is, but also because the paragraphs are short and it's easy to read. Make your choice and move on to the next part of the game. Also, you want to know more about what's happening in the world? There's a whole backstory of everything. You want to be the good guy, you want to be the bad guy, you can make those choices and the story is going to make sense.
Talking about the bad guy, let's talk about the bad things about the game, or rather, why this game might not be for you. And I'm actually using UX, user experience?
Indeed.
Once again.
So it's bad?
Let's talk about it. First of all, there are health dials that do this. Woo! And I have 43 health points, it turns out. Second of all, there are a bunch of cards, like bunch of cards. And there's no way you can find anything except if you make these deluxe special edition card dividers. See, I made them myself. And there's the camp sheet that has these sleeve openings at the bottom for some reason. These sheets and how the board looks is brilliant, I love it, except now the game doesn't remember anything. Also, to create your character, you will have to sort all of these tiles, and there's a lot of them, and you have to find the right ones, and a lot of these tiles, and the same thing goes for items. Generally, the insert is great, but I had to mark them. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I had like names to all of these slots, because, well, you couldn't find anything. Overall, the user experience is great for this game. It's big and epic, just there are those little tiny things that could be improved.
Another thing why this game might not be for you is going to be the story.
You said the story's great.
Yes, but this is a story-heavy game. You will spend a lot of time, right?
A lot of time.
A lot of time reading paragraphs, making choices, making tests. And if you don't like story games, this is not for you.
And the other part of the game is actually combat, right? And it's also written down here, so I guess I have to talk about it, huh? Let's do that. As Janis mentioned, this game is very cohesive. The encounter and story phase is super simple, and so is the combat phase. During combat, you will be able to move, resurrect your friends, and play out cards. And these cards are, well, obvious, simple. Just use them, roll a die, and, well, maybe place a trap or something. But in general, it's very understandable and simple, which is not bad.
So if you're looking for a deep combat game, not it. Why it also might not be it is because of the glitch
I think he just glitched.
There is an app for the game. One of the good things about it is that it will remember all the things you don't have to remember. Also, it comes with a voiceover, except it is
carcass spread on the white ground in front of you. Beside it lies the shattered body of the creature's right.
unexciting. The guy sounds as me in the Monday morning cooking breakfast for my kids. You couldn't tell?
Pretty sure
Not
it's
exciting.
not a human reading it, or it's somehow made from like sentences, because he kind of does not remember what he said before, and especially if you're a native speaker. We are not. I think it's not obvious, right, that we're not native speakers.
No, we are native speakers.
We definitely would have voiced it much better.
100%, mate.
But the thing is that sometimes it mispronounces like words and doesn't like have the right accents and stuff. So it's there, you can use it, but it's not the greatest quality despite all of this being pretty freaking awesome. I love 99.9% of the story, yet that 0.1%?
0.1.
I'm good at, I'm good
Mathing.
at math. Yes, sometimes it doesn't make sense. For example, in this scenario, into the white well, you have to sacrifice a lot of actions to do a particular test. Then you do that test, and even if you succeed, it will ask you, do you have this magic item? And if not, you just failed there. But it didn't warn you beforehand. It felt like a glitch. In another paragraph, I had to meet this person and then ask him, hey guy, do you trust me? And he said, yes, for sure. But you don't know me. Yeah, but I trust you. Okay, cool, let's kill somebody. Okay. So sometimes some things in this massive storybook doesn't make sense or rather feels rushed, which is okay. I don't mind it that much.
Well, how much he doesn't mind. It's time for the final rating of the game. It's been a long time since I've been excited about a story. I'm not just talking about a board game, but any story, and see where it goes. Evershade gave me that, and I love it for it.
To be honest, I played this game enough to review long ago, but I wanted to keep on going, and I'm really sad to actually do a review because I feel like now I will have less time or less reason to play it, but I really want to.
Ready for the final rating?
Yes. Oh,
Fantastic.
must have for me.
I knew that you really love it. I mean, I like it too, but I haven't played it as much as you do, and I think this is a game, the more you play it, the more you like it.
For me, Sleeping Gods is another game that I love, and it has the epic story phase as well as this combat, which is quite light and goes together very, very well.
My alternative is going to be Seventh Citadel, a less known game, but I also feel that it's a story-heavy, choice-heavy game, which I have played mostly solo. This is better, I think, as a group experience. Anyway, thank you to all you watching. Thank you to all of those who support our channel. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. And if you want to support the channel, the way you can do that is in the description.